Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going live, man. Was gonna go live earlier, but just had to go through some stuff. But this is pretty different right now. I see a lot of stuff going on. I ain't gonna speak on because I see everybody changing their mind about certain fighters now. Guys got scared to go out on a limb and challenge these things that going on in boxing right now. I thought everything was getting better right now. But I guess not. I guess not. Because now we have Canelo basically in a situation now. And I know a lot of people gonna say, man, you bringing up the Canelo thing a lot. Good. Because a lot of people are not bringing it up. They're talking about a whole bunch of other stuff. They want to announce the fight, but they don't want to talk about all the stuff that's going around the situation. It's a difference. This situation right here, this the blueprint for why a lot of stuff going on right now. See, right now, I haven't even started asking any questions about certain stuff that's going on in boxing, but no way, man. I hear a lot of people commenting on certain things about boxing right now that's kind of wrong. It's a lot of myths in boxing right now. And one of the myths is Canelo fights the toughest guys. That's a myth. That's definitely a myth. It's working exactly the way it needs to work. It's working exactly the way it needs to work. There's a lot of stuff coming up this week with this Joshua fight. I've been talking about that, obviously. I know that's a big fight right now, but it's a lot of other stuff going on right now, too. I know a lot of people surprised by that, but it's not just that fight. But it's a lot of things we got coming up now, these next couple of months. But I'm glad Mike Tyson said what he said, though. I know that was old news, and I was going to get to that. That was a couple of days ago. I know it was a couple of days ago. It's not current, but it makes a lot of sense to me if you see the things that's going on right now. It's crazy. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now. But with Munguia, Canelo need him at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what people don't realize. He needs him. He's chasing him. People don't understand that yet. Canelo needs Munguia at this point. He needs a name that's just good enough to the point where he can be like, okay, that he feels comfortable with. I've heard some other stuff come out that I haven't even, that I seen, and I was just like, man, these guys supposed to be warriors. That's the thing that tripped me out about all the boxing things that go on now. They say, oh, these guys are warriors. Bro, if I tell you guys the stuff I've heard recently about why people are complaining about the fight not happening, it's definitely not a warrior mentality. It's definitely not a warrior mentality. That's not what I see. It's not a warrior mentality I see, man. Guys are choosing right now, not really confident in what they're doing as far as in the boxing game. You can't be. Not doing the stuff, some of the stuff I'm seeing right now. Can't be confident with what they're doing right now. It's crazy to me. I don't think people understand what they're saying. I don't think people understand that. They're doing certain things to kind of boost these guys up, but you gonna put them in a certain position, or what's gonna happen? He's waiting on Munguia now, and everybody's like, yeah. And we're complaining about what fights not happening? Yeah, I don't believe that. It's definitely not fights happening when we're kind of okay with seeing these kind of things going on. He needs him. He chasing behind Munguia right now. Literally. That's crazy to me. Canelo running back to PVC now? Runs back. Well, actually, he never left. They got news out now talking about Canelo's back with PVC, doing a deal with Munguia. He's not back with PVC. He never left. Who said they putting out different news now? All this kind of news going on. People trying to put out fake news right now. It's fake news being put out. It's crazy how they're just pushing this narrative. Then Mike Tyson comes out and say, "Hey, why Canelo don't want to fight the best?" He didn't say why Canelo don't want to fight Munguia. So obviously Mike Tyson don't feel like he's the best right now. People don't like to hear that, man. I don't know. It's a crowd of people right now. They want to see. All of a sudden, they want to see Munguia sell a pay-per-view. Never saw one before. That's the only thing that confuses me. Like, is he a decent fighter? Yeah, he's decent. You know what I'm saying? But has he sold pay-per-view before? No. Why are we treating him like that? I don't know. It's kind of confusing to me right now. And then all this news coming out, they're talking about Munguia on PBC. Canelo's back talking to them about a deal. Then last week they were just saying that he was gonna leave, and Al Heyman says, I knew when they put out the news and said that Al Heyman says they have to fight with Munguia or else on PBC. That's when I knew that fake news was getting put out. Just gonna be real with y'all. Because I haven't reported that story. Because after that, they said, oh, Canelo's leaving and going to the zone. I'm like, yeah, no, that's not a real story because once you sign a contract, obviously you gotta live that contract out. They're talking about it's voided and stuff. Just a lot of stuff people just going off of, man. It's too much stuff going on right now. But I'm gonna just tell y'all the truth though. The sad part about boxing right now is Canelo chasing behind Munguia for a fight. The fact that I heard Munguia say recently that he told Canelo, "Nah, I'm not finna wait on you till May. I'm gonna fight John Ryder in January." Canelo like, "Nah, just wait till May. We'll fight." He's like, "No, I'll fight in January." And you the face of boxing. Yeah, man, you the face of boxing, bro. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, if you hear the news that's coming out right now, Edward, if you hear the news that's coming out right now, people don't even know it. It's crazy. It's crazy how dudes saying they boxing experts, but they letting just stuff I've never heard of get just passed through. You know, usually people like to do headlines and post headlines, but Mike Tyson just said something. I had to make 2 videos out of it. He just said a lot yesterday. He said Canelo don't want to fight Mexican champions. He said it's all about the money now. Basically, Mike Tyson said, what Mexican champion you know was fighting about was all about the money. But these dudes at boxing experts out here, Edward, they'll sit up here and be like, yeah, man, the sport dead. And the sport ain't dead, homie. Canelo finna make $100 million for one fight. The sport definitely ain't dead. I don't know what sport you think dead. We got guys leaving UFC to come to boxing. Now, when guys say the sport of boxing dead, but they'll be boxing experts, though. Then they'll get on here and tell me I don't know boxing. But they'll tell me that a guy making $100 million, it ain't no sport you can go into 30 minutes to make $100 million. But dudes will tell you the sport of boxing dead, though. But they'll say they're smart, they're geniuses, they're experts, and they've been knowing the sport of boxing. And they seen Hearns and Sugar Ray and Leonard and all these guys. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? But when we talking about today's boxing, they don't know nothing. What does 1985 and 95 got to do with 2024? Do you know what's going on today? Oh no, I don't know what's going on today. Okay, let me tell you. But they don't want to listen to guys like us, Edward. That's how it goes. They try to put us in the background as far as stuff like this. They'll say we're complaining. How are we complaining when we're seeing a whole generation of young guys look at Canelo and say, now Tank's basically writing down notes like, oh, Canelo's doing that, I'm going to do that. He got a rehydration clause. Okay, I never heard of that before. You know, Tank taking notes. I never heard of rehydration clause. Let me throw that in my contract. Okay, he can fight Munguia after fighting Charlo. Man, I'm gonna have to try to get me a 130 and a 126. Yeah, you know, if he's Canelo and I'm Tank Davis, you know, I can do that too. So let me get a 126. Let me see what Inouye's talking about. People talking about Inouye's too small, 8 pounds away. But Canelo can go all the way down there and get Charlo, little Charlo. But let's protect Inoue with his 8 pounds. 8 pounds will kill Inoue. But this a tough man sport. Dudes be like, yeah, man, it's a kid, man. Dudes be dying in boxing. They be losing their life. Well, let Tank fight anyway at 8 pounds. No. What? Yeah, man. All right, man. Yeah, man. Go protect your kids, man. This ain't the sport where we do that at. I'm sorry to tell y'all. Yeah, I saw it was. I don't know. I saw a bad angle of it. I ain't see a good angle of what I seen. The one I seen. The angle they had on the camera, it wasn't a good angle for me. I seen the knockout, but I couldn't get a clear angle of where he was landing at. I seen the first shot when he dropped him though. It was crowded in there too. I ain't get to watch the fight live though. I had to see it afterwards. Those fights last night got crazy, man. Those were some good fights last night. Those were some good fights last night. Top Rank bounced back with that one. Yeah, Jake had a good knockout last night. I didn't think he was gonna go in there and try to get a knockout in the first round. Yeah, but look, hey, I'm glad you said that, but guess what? I learned to love Jake Paul. You know why? That's Canelo's twin. Jake Paul doing the same thing Canelo doing. If we love Canelo, we love Jake Paul. So if I love Canelo, I gotta love Jake Paul because Canelo birthed that thing. That thing wouldn't be walking around in 1985. Canelo birthed Jake Paul. And I gotta start pushing that narrative now too. Cause that's getting bro, a lot of stuff is getting pushed away. I know guys is boxing experts now, but Jake Paul, that's Canelo's twin. Canelo, he walking around because of Canelo. I don't know if everybody know that yet, but Jake Paul is walking around because of Canelo. Canelo's fighting guys, the Yildirims and the man, these guys Canelo fighting retiring after he fight them. No difference between Jake Paul. Telling you, it's the same thing. It could have been Jake Paul fight last night or Canelo. You could have. They look the same if you in the nosebleed. Same fighting style. Ain't like Canelo in there doing something difficult. That's what be killing the sport though, for real. Canelo has birthed him. Yeah. Nah, that's Cap Ryan Garcia walking around at 180. I don't know who said that. These guys tripping. Hey, they think all these 130s and 135s and 140s walk around at 180. They think all these guys walk around at 180 now. They ain't gonna never say Tank walk around at 180. I ain't gonna lie, man. Tank was the heaviest one. He was heavy years ago. But nah, man, Canelo birthed Jake Paul, man, for real. Like, we definitely gotta start having conversations about some of this stuff. For real. Canelo has definitely destroyed the sport. People don't even know what's going on right now. They like, yeah, Munguia. Canelo need Munguia now? Man, let me start watching women's kickboxing or something. For real, for real. The boxing world waiting on Munguia now. I'm like, dang, he the face of boxing. Ryan Garcia might be bigger than Canelo right now, though. Straight, I'm gonna be real. They talking a lot more about him. They don't care about that Canelo Munguia fight. Man, they be capping like I don't know what. Hey, that was straight cap. Yeah, that's cap straight. They be capping. They be capping. They be capping. A lot of these guys be lying. I ain't gonna lie though. That boy Zerdo though. Hey, I seen him. Hey, I seen Spence get big too. Him and the Charlos. Shoot, years ago, them dudes was looking like they was 200 pounds. But you know, Zerdo, he like 230, 225. Them dudes be walking around heavy. But I don't think no 140s walking around 180. Nah, that'd be crazy. Nah, that'll be wild. That'll definitely be wild. Them guys walking around 180. Yeah, that'd be crazy if they was going to 180, 140. 140 hard to get down to. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man, what's going on in sport of boxing right now. We're letting a lot of things just go right now, and it's not the move for real. And I know people probably saying, bro, this bro just pushing on the Canelo thing. This gonna be his last two big fights. Y'all ain't gotta y'all ain't gotta expect me to talk about Canelo that much longer. He got about 1 or 2 fights. He's done. I'm telling you. Canelo got about 1 or 2 fights. He's done. Over with. He's done after that. As far as being a main attraction, as far as that, people kind of figure out things on him now. It's like right now he's supposed to be ascending. His pay-per-view number is supposed to go higher and higher and higher. They're going lower right now. Then for me personally, it's just a lot of things that's being contradicted. He said that PBC was the best right now. Oh yeah, he definitely could. He definitely could. Zordo huge, man. Like, how you think Joseph Parker gonna look Friday? Man, he could though, for real. I think he might. I don't know, man. I don't know if he'll move up to heavyweight. He could fight a smaller heavyweight though. You ain't lying. A lot of those smaller heavyweights definitely. He might be good there, man. You know, he been looking better. He looked better in his last fight when he moved up. You noticed that, right? He looked better in his last fight. Them dudes be getting squeezed like a Capri Sun when they be trying to lose all that weight. I seen how big Zordo was against Bivol. I was like, man, that's insane. That was insane, man. Yeah, I like John, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm definitely. I haven't picked against him in a minute. Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of him. That's gonna be a good fight, man. You gonna watch it? You gonna be watching that fight live? Dang, man. That's gonna be a good fight, man. John gonna shut everything down, bro. The next couple of guys that John end up fighting, it's gonna be hard for those guys to be in the ring with him. Just being real. Next couple of guys John get in the ring with, it's gonna be a lot of problems going on. I can't wait till that fight comes on. That's gonna be a very good fight, man. I cannot lie. That'll be a very, very good fight. Yeah. I can't wait to see that, man. I didn't either. When I saw that fight, I caught the fight. I watched the fight, but I barely watched any of the undercard. I didn't see any of that undercard. I saw nobody on that undercard. I didn't know that myself. Yeah, I didn't even know that. Canelo definitely don't want that Bivol rematch. He gonna stay away from that. I heard a lot of people saying that was a possibility. No, it's not. The minute they start pushing Benavidez over there to Bivol and Beterbiev, they'll let you know everything about what they think about Canelo. After they fight, they said, "Yeah, we're gonna take our time with him." Yeah, I don't think he gonna move. Yeah, bro. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying because I'm trying to tell a lot of people that. That's what I'm saying, Shrek. People don't understand that. In the fight with Wilder, that's what I've been trying to say. In the fight with Wilder, Parker was leaning on Wilder a lot. You're not gonna lean on John. It's almost 300 pounds. So I felt like Parker not moving around in his last fight, it's gonna come back to haunt him because I felt like he should have been on the bike a lot more in the last fight, kind of boxing a lot more. But if you're trying to lean and throw the right over right and try to lean in and try to aim for his chest and stuff, that's gonna go bad, man. Cause that's the same thing he tried to do against Joe Joyce. And Joe Joyce just stood back and knocked him out. You know, Wilder, he's a skinny guy, so with Parker, he's a bigger guy, so he outweighs him. He used a lot of his weight. That's why he said, "Yeah, Tyson Fury told me some tips. Yeah, use your weight. You ain't get a knockout, you ain't get a knockdown, but you're gonna go in there and knock out John though." And we got people already saying that Wilder ain't got no chin. So if you can knock out Wilder, who everybody saying got no chin, what you gonna do with John? Okay, we gonna see. Because what people don't realize, Parker, one of my favorite fighters. It'd be crazy when people try to explain one of your favorite fighters to you. It's like, all right, man. Okay. Because last thing I heard was Parker's gonna fight Joyce or somebody. They didn't say he's gonna fight Fury or Usyk, so they don't think he that good. Yeah, that last fight told a lot though. We gonna see what's going on. A lot of these people running from smoke right now. A lot of these people running from good competition right now. Canelo running from competition. That's a lot of fighters running from competition. There's guys moving up and down in weight, but the really good guys, they go up in weight. They don't go down. But yeah, that's gonna be a good fight though. I want to see, man. You know what the real surprise is? Yeah, that'd be a good fight. That'd be a real good fight. I think John. I think John has some trouble with him. Cause you know if you get active and can actually box a little bit, John had trouble with guys like that, and guys who's pretty strong. If you're strong, about around the same size as him, can box, got some power, move around a little bit. He moves around, but John moves around, but I think Tua moves around a little bit more. But John does have power though. I ain't gonna lie. Power is underrated. That'll be a good fight though. That'll be a real good fight. Man, if John gets the knockout Friday, that'll be crazy, bro. If John went in there and got a knockout, that would be insane, man. If he go in there and get a knockout, then I'll pick him over David Tua. Right now, I got David Tua, but if he go in there and knock out Parker, I'll probably pick him over Tua. Yeah, it's good. That's a good fight. I can't wait till these fights come out Friday. I'm gonna start talking about them more tomorrow, probably. I think that's why I was talking about this Canelo thing today. I don't know that Chris Arreola fight would be more action though. It'll be a close fight with Klitschko, but Chris Arreola that'd be more of an action packed fight. You know, a lot of guys ain't want to fight Chris Arreola a couple years ago, running from the smoke. Nobody want to fight Chris Arreola recently. At 40 years old. Yeah, Klitschko, that'll be a close fight. I probably got Klitschko in that fight. Chris Arreola, I don't know in that one. I want to pick Chris Arreola, but in my eyes, I can see that being a draw somehow. Yeah, that would be a good fight. That definitely would be a good fight. Oh, they said that last night? I thought they was gonna do a rematch. I thought they was gonna do a rematch with Tommy Fury. I don't think he's gonna do a rematch. This dude lost to Tommy Fury, man. Tommy Fury last fight was so bad. Everybody complained about it, but I knew it was gonna be a bad fight, man. I told everybody. It was a close fight though. See, everybody didn't think the KSI fight was gonna be close. They didn't think that KSI fight was gonna be close. That's funny. KSI had a chance against Tommy Fury. They got surprised. Hey, right now I got KSI, bro. Give him out 2 more fights. 2 more fights. I got KSI. Keep him active. He been getting a little better. He been getting better. I ain't gonna lie. I seen them when they first fought. When him and Logan Paul fought. I didn't even know who they were. I was just watching them the whole time. I thought KSI was a real boxer. Because I didn't know who he was. I seen him. I was learning about some of the UK fighters, and I was like, he must be a UK fighter then. That's funny. I really did though. I thought he was a real boxer. Yeah, you see how he had trouble, man. He had trouble with that in that Tommy Fury fight. I knew he was. Everybody talking about they want to see him with a real boxer. That definitely didn't happen. Yeah, that was funny, man. That fight last night was crazy. Hey, did you watch it last night? Did you watch that J Paul fight live? Cause I ain't see when they canceled Amanda Serrano fight. I just saw it afterwards. The fight might have been done already by the time I finished watching that Ford fight. Yeah, I'm just in here talking about Canelo today. Basically news about PBC having some things about Canelo fighting Munguia on the platform. That news coming out again. Told y'all it's a lot of fake news coming out right now. That's probably real news. I think it is, but at the same time, the other day when people was talking about the that situation with Top Rank, that was crazy, man. Not Top Rank, but the Zone. Dudes be chasing narratives, man. For real. They be chasing narratives in boxing. They do not want to see guys face the best. They gonna have a nice card this week though. Yeah, I can't wait to see that fight. Yeah, KSI got a lot of style on his when he's fighting. That's why Ryan was hard to punch that last time. But Tommy Fury, he just can't do nothing at all with he was fighting with KSI. He wasn't finna get a knockout. Yeah, he definitely wasn't about to get a knockout, man. I guess there's only one fight coming on this weekend. I don't know, maybe two. I don't know. They gotta check. They got a schedule. Oh, they got a fight coming on Thursday. Wow, they got a fight coming on Thursday. That sucks. Dang, they got a fight coming on Thursday. I'm missing that. It ain't no big card. I could miss this one though. Who they got on this card? Okay, I could miss that. So they got a fight coming on Thursday and Friday. Yeah, man. Ray Vargas on that Saudi card. He fighting Nick Ball. Yeah, he fighting Nick Ball, man. I guess I don't know. Who you think? You think they gonna give the winner of the Vargas Ball fight to Ford, or they just gonna kind of go their separate ways? Yeah, they definitely got Ray Vargas on the card though. They trying to make that fight happen now. Because I'm not too sure, but I think Nick Ball with Queensberry Promotions. I'm not sure. I think he is though. But they say he's gonna get a title fight this year, so it's the one they say he's gonna get. I don't know, man. I want to pick Ray Vargas. I hope Ray Vargas don't lose this fight if I pick him. I don't know, man. I'm trying to think about it. Oh, they fighting that featherweight. This for a belt. They fighting that featherweight. This for a belt, man. Right? I know I ain't tripping. This for a belt. And, yeah, I want to say this for a belt. Yeah, it's gonna be a featherweight. It's gonna be a good fight too. Nick Ball be fighting rough, man. If you watch him in that Dogba fight, I ain't gonna lie. The first time I saw it, I thought he was fighting dirty. I was like, hold on, this guy's fighting dirty, man. But he's the beast, though. We got that fight. There's the Pater next week. Yeah, we ain't got no good fights coming on until Tim Zoo at the end of the month. Oscar Valdez fight the day before Tim Zoo Thurman fight, so that's gonna be good. I can't wait to see that. March would have been good if we would have had the Fury fight, but it's gonna be all right. We got Ngannou fight coming up. I thought Lee Wood was moving up, man. I don't know what he doing. I thought Lee Wood was moving up. That surprises me. I thought Lee Wood was moving up. I don't know, it's the fight. Yeah, Ray Vargas gonna have a little. He gonna have a bit of a struggle on his hands. Yeah, it's for the featherweight WBC World Featherweight Championship. Oh, Brandon Figueroa versus Raymond Ford. Oh yeah, Raymond Ford, a beast. That'd be a good fight. Yeah, that'd be a good fight. I'll watch that. Hey, that might be an option. Why you saying that? It might be an option. That might be an option. They tried to ride Ford on cars last night. I knew they were gonna try to do it. That was a good fight, but for him to get that knockout at the end, yeah, he definitely needed that. That's crazy. A lot of people say he was losing the fight. I don't know. From what I was calling it, a lot of guys say he was winning. Hey, you know what's crazy about that fight? I was watching it, but for some reason I wasn't paying close attention. So I need to go back and actually watch that fight. I actually seen it, but I wasn't full detail into it. Was Vargas struggling in that fight? What happened? Because from what I seen, it looked like it was close. Looked like it was a close fight to me. Oh yeah, Vargas had won, but Maxeo had lost the belt to Vargas, wasn't it? That's what happened. Yeah, I was watching that fight live. Yeah, that definitely was a good fight. When that was on. Maxeo, I ain't seen him in a minute. I mean, I've seen him around, but only when he was like training with Topolilas and guys like that. But Not on his own training. I know he been fighting recently, but that loss kind of set him back. It was a split decision. Oh yeah, Ray Vargas got dropped in the ninth. I remember that. I remember that fight. I'm tripping. GX, what's going on, dog? What's going on, man? You had a good weekend. I know everything was busy for you. Yeah, man. I know you was putting in work, man. Oh yeah, I know you definitely are, bro. I'm glad to see you for real. We had a good one last week. Yeah, I'm definitely glad to see you. I was like, man, cause I seen you Friday when we was talking. We was in here for a long time Friday too. And you was at the recitals, bro. Yeah, that's good, man. I'm glad everything went well, man. Yeah, I'm glad everything went well. They had some good fights on last night. Man, you missed a good one last night. I don't know if you seen it. You seen the Ford and uh out of back Klamatov highlights? Oh yeah, no problem, bro. You already know. You already know. You seen the highlights last night? Man, that fight was crazy last night. That fight was crazy last night. That was a good fight, man. Then I woke up this morning seeing this news. Well, I seen the Mike Tyson stuff that he said about Canelo, but man, even the one with Lopez, Luis Alberto Lopez, and Ryan B. Those two fights was good, man. Those were some good fights last night. I'm talking about the last one though with Ford. That was a classic. Classic. I'm telling you, classic fight. You know how the fight between O'Shaquie Foster and Hernandez was? It was the same fight, but it was better than that. Oh yeah, appreciate that, bro. Oh yeah, appreciate that, man. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I had woke up before I went to sleep last night. I seen the Amanda Serrano news. I thought that was fake because I had clicked to see if the fight was on. I think it was off already by the time I got away from that fight. And she was standing in the ring with her glasses on, and Jake Paul was behind her, and they was talking about how she couldn't fight because she had some hair product in her eye. I thought that was a joke, but because I was thinking, I thought like, is she getting her hair dyed? Like, what kind of hair product she getting in her eye? So that kind of threw me off. And then I seen the news. So you remember? So me and GX was talking about this last week. So GX know better than anybody. I'm glad he here right now. GX gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. He already know because he seen that Mike Tyson video. That's crazy. I know, bro. In Puerto Rico, bro. The fight was in Puerto Rico. The fight was in Puerto Rico, and she was the main event. And you know, some people say, well, you know, they probably just trying to move the fight. Nah, that fight too big, bro. They had 18,000 people sold out in there. And she was the main event, and they booed her. And she was explaining. That's bad news, man. You can't do that. Yeah, they were. Oh my god. And then, cause you know the Jake Paul fight was a 1 round, so he went in there and knocked the guy out in 1 round. And I'm gonna be real with you. If I was Jake Paul, and I know that she's not gonna fight after me because of her eye or whatever hair product treatment, whatever she had, he should have let the fight go on for 10 rounds, 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? If he was a real businessman, me personally, I would have let the fight go on for about 10, 12 rounds. because now they ain't gonna want to have no fight in Puerto Rico no more. Them Puerto Rico fights, they gonna be like, we're not paying for no Jake Paul ticket. See, now in Puerto Rico, they're not gonna pay for that no more. They probably spent a lot of money for just one round of Jake Paul. Yeah, they're not doing that no more. Them days over with. They're not gonna do that. That's why I say a lot of people, you gotta have a stacked card when you're going over there doing something like that. If they would have had like 3 or 4 superstars or stars, just decent stars, notable names on there, it would have been a good card. But for one round of Jake Paul, that's bad. But when the Munguia news came out today, so me and GX was talking about this last week. GX know better than anybody. So GX this weekend, right? So Friday, everybody coming around saying, "Oh well, Munguia and Canelo is getting set for May 4th." They keep saying everybody keep putting out the news, May 4th, Canelo versus Munguia. So time going along, everybody not saying nothing. No, they didn't get their money's worth. Insane, bro. Insane. 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 You know what's crazy? I had said to myself, man, if I had the money, I sure would like to go over there and watch that fight. Imagine if me and you would have went over there and watched that fight and spent all the money on plane tickets. Nah, they're not. They messed their name up like that. She's not gonna be a headliner. She's gonna be back to co-main event. She can't headline like that. And it's not because she's a female or nothing like that. No, it's because you went to Puerto Rico. You went to Puerto Rico and the main event didn't happen. That's horrible. One round of Jake Paul? No, that's not good. Yeah, man. Bro. Hey, from what I heard, because I didn't really look at the clip yet, but GX, from what I heard they booed her. I heard they booed her like loud boos. Like we need 10 rounds. I thought we had about 10, 12 rounds of boxing left. And Jake Paul just knocked this guy out in one round. Yeah, that was bad. Jake Paul should have saved the show on that one. That was a bad move. People don't know it. Floyd's done that before. Floyd carried Logan Paul in that one fight when he hit Logan Paul and he fell on him. Floyd didn't try to go for the knockout. Yeah, man, she should have had that fight. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't understand that. You a headliner in Puerto Rico? It's a lot of guys that's American fighters or Mexican fighters and stuff like that. They never headlined in Puerto Rico. That's kind of different. A Puerto Rican headliner? Nah. That's pretty crazy. But it's kind of crazy stuff I heard about Munguia today though. So they're saying that Munguia now they put out fake news last week, GX. You remember we were saying this is fake news? So they said Canelo was thinking about the zone deal. Yeah, I think that's a good question. I think it was a San Juan. It's on my page too. Let me go to the picture real quick. That's a great question. I think it was a San Juan. Man, I wanted to go to that fight. Let me see. That's a good question. What was that fight? Yeah, it was a San Juan. It's terrible. Yeah, it was a San Juan. Yep. Terrible. It was packed, man. When I say that place was crowded, it was loaded. It was a lot of people. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was on the zone? Was that on the zone? Oh man. Wow. See, GX that made a video. That's gonna be a video. Hey, when I make that video, you know who made it. Hey, when that video get made, you know who made it. Man, that's crazy. You said that. Wow. Dang. That's probably why. That's crazy that you had just said that. I thought about it, but the way you just said that just now, yeah, that fight might be done, man. He might have to have another fight before that happens. Yeah, Jake Paul's a trip for that, man. He's terrible. I can't believe he went over there and did that. He could have carried that card. That's bad, man. Yeah, you called that one. That's gonna mess a lot of things up right there. Yeah, remember that you said that. I definitely got that one from you. Yeah, Matias gonna have a hard time trying to get a card over there now. A lot of people not gonna want to spend their money because with the zone doing that Jake Paul card, they probably was trying to build it up into the Matias card, but now with this going on, yeah, come on, like that's what I'm saying, man. Cause he's the promoter. He's basically helping promote her. So, man, you got to go 12 rounds with the guy or something. Like, give them a show. You can't knock the guy out in one round and think that's gonna be more impressive than having your main event getting canceled. That's not. That was bad. I can't believe it happened because last night the cards ended early. So a lot of people said, yeah, as soon as this fight goes off, we're gonna watch the Amanda Serrano fight. Soon as we turn that fight off, she's doing the news about the hair care product thing. It's bad though, man. I don't know if she's gonna be able to do main event sooner or later. Because usually if it was in America, it probably would have been okay, but to be in Puerto Rico, they made it 10 times worse. And she's messing up a lot of people's money now. As far as, like you just said, Matias, if he knows that he can't have a fight over there because of a Jake Paul situation, that's gonna be a bad look. A lot of people looking forward to that fight. And then what's crazy about that GX that you said, Matias? I'm glad you said that. A lot of people been saying how the fight between him and Liam Paro is canceled. It's not happening. Liam Paro pulled out. But I haven't heard anybody else saying that though, right? Yeah, man, that's selfish. Selfish. You right. You right, man. You right. You right, man. Cause I think I seen a knockout first. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I seen a knockout first. I may be wrong, but I think I seen a knockout first. Yeah, it's fake news, bro. It's fake news. It's fake news. It's definitely fake news. If you look at the rankings, no way he can just back out of a fight like that. Even if they're just negotiating, like he's too high in the rankings. He's got to fight somebody. So yeah, that's definitely fake news. They're just putting fake stuff out there, just like you're saying fake news, like the Munguia thing. Okay, so they're putting out now, right? How Berlanga is the main fight right now. He's the guy that Canelo's gonna fight. But then they said that yesterday. But then they come out today and say, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Just like Catterall. That's why Jack Catterall knows right now I might just go to 47 next because he knows at 140 after the Josh Taylor fight, He's not going to do anything. That's why Josh Taylor said, I'm just fighting big fights after this. But he's not going to get another title shot if he pulls out of this fight from Liam Paro. It's not going to be a good decision. But, I mean, Liam Paro back out of the fight, but they're acting like the the negotiations got canceled or something like that, but people didn't even really know about it. I feel like they said that just to kind of kill the noise, but that wasn't really something that everybody knew about. But people hear one story and they just run with it. That's why you hear everybody saying Berlanga now. I was saying Berlanga and Munguia last year. That's old news. That's 2023. We on the 2024 right now. Then everybody see now that Canelo trying to run to Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I don't see his style the same as Montana Love with the Montana Love fight. That'd be a good fight for Styles, but I don't see him fighting the same like a Montana Love fight. I see him getting beat in that fight too. I think he'll lose in that fight. That's why I want to see it, but if they don't have that fight, I mean that's the type of fight I want to see. Because I know it's gonna be action packed, but if they don't have that fight, I don't know. The Teofimo fight, I like to see that as well, but the other guys, I mean, it can happen, but I don't even know what Eastside Cruz and Rolly what if that fight would even happen. That's kind of an odd fight too. Yeah, I definitely want to see those fights. I want to see him announce his next fight though. It kind of makes me look bad though because, well, not make me look bad, but it kind of just confuses everybody because they said that he backed out of the Teofimo fight, but he still don't have a fight yet. As far as getting the fight together and fighting anybody, so I know Teofimo don't got a fight right now. Oh yeah, it does. I thought when Ergashev in the Ergashev fight, I thought in that fight he really kind of walked through him a lot more than that fight because you know Ergashev, he a big puncher too. So in that fight when he was walking through those punches, early he was taking a lot of punches, and then later on he was just kind of walking through the punches. So I was like, whoa, he's just walking through his punches now. And you know Ergashev, he a big puncher. Yeah, a lot of guys get tired now. A lot of guys get tired now. That's what happened in the fight last night. Man, wait till you watch that fight last night. That's what happened last night. Dudes be getting tired. That's why I'm saying Matias got a motor. That's what people don't realize. People say, yeah, his style ain't that good, but hey, he has a motor, man. He will walk through you. It's a lot of guys not walking through guys right now. Like just being in shape, going 12 rounds. A lot of guys not in shape, man. A lot of guys can win 3 or 4 rounds, but after that, they're not winning any rounds after that, man. It's a wrap. I want to see who he's gonna fight though. Right now, they're not really putting anybody out there. You think Tank can? Man. Oh, you said stopping, yeah. That's tough though. Getting stopped by Tank. I think Tank gonna go to 140 soon. GX. It's kind of surprising that you say that. I think Tank might go to 140 soon. I don't think he's gonna hang at 135. If he did, he would have fought Loma already or something. It's a good chance he can go to 140 and fight Eastside Cruz and possibly fight Matias. Tank think Matias a big fight, so he possibly can make that happen. Yeah, Tank is smart. He's smart too. He's smart too. He definitely smart. He got a good defense too. He underrated defense. His defense is definitely underrated. He might be stronger at 140 too. You might be right about that, GX. Tank might be stronger at 140. He might be stronger at 140 than he is at 135. If you look at the fight at his fights and stuff like that, like he has bigger performances at 140. 135, he got okay performances, but not like the ones at 140. Oh yeah, he be beasting in the footwork. I forgot what fight I seen him have good footwork in. It might have been I gotta think. I don't know. I have to think. I know if Andrade's fight, he had good footwork. Ooh, 8 to 9 rounds. Man, you saying something? I don't know, man. Man, 8 or 9 rounds. Man, yeah. Oh, Pitbull. Yeah, facts. Pitbull. That's a great one. His footwork was great in Pitbull fight. Pitbull was cutting off that ring. Yeah, that Pitbull fight, his footwork was crazy. Crazy, man. I saw that fight the other day. I think Pitbull might be strong at 140. I think Tank and Pitbull might be strong at 140. Pitbull might get a knockout at 140 against Rolly. Just saying. Or stop it. He might get a stoppage or a knockout at 140. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Barrios one of my favorite fighters for a long time too. I'm talking about, I've been like watching Barrios for a long, because you know Barrios fight everybody. I didn't know Barrios fight everybody the way he is now. When I first started watching him, I just thought he had a good style, but I didn't know he was a guy that would fight Thurman and Tank and Ugas. I didn't know he would do all that. Yeah, that Tank fight versus Barrios, that was a good fight. I don't think everybody didn't think that was a big fight when it happened though, GX. When it did happen though, GX, they didn't realize how big it was. I don't think they realized how big it was because Barrios was still a newer champion. He wasn't a guy like how they know him now. But I don't think they knew how big it was. Even when the Eastside Cruz fight happened, they didn't realize how. I will have to say that about Tank. He does have to watch who he fights, because a lot of times they will say that certain guys. Yeah, it was huge, man. It was huge. Tank does have to watch certain guys he fights, because they do say Eastside Cruz or somebody will be a guy who's a nobody or something if Tank does fight a certain guy. So I have to agree with him when he says certain things like that. That's why you see a lot of times he watches who he picks as far as the styles. But that Frank Martin fight though, I think that Frank Martin fight gonna bring out more of that Eastside Cruz, kind of fight. I've heard that the sparring between Frank Martin and Tank Davis was pretty amazing. I heard that a year ago, I think. I heard the sparring between those guys was amazing. Amazing. GX, I'm talking about, from what I heard that this Tank versus Martin fight might be a little better than what the Pitbull and Tank fight was. They say it might be a little bit better. That's pretty crazy. To be honest with you, from what I've heard, no. I've heard no from Frank because, and from what I've seen, no, I don't think so because Frank still isn't, he's still considered, no disrespect to Frank because he's a millionaire, worked a hard time to get to where he's at, done a lot of his career. But Frank's still one of the lower paid guys. So he's still looking around the guys around him like, yeah, I'm trying to get a big bag still. I'm trying to go up higher, progress. So I think Frank gonna stay hungry. Just like Tank. You know, Tank's still hungry, even though Tank is a pay-per-view guy. You know, even Canelo, because you know the guys they fight, they usually retire after they get a little check, a little $10 million, $5 million. These guys retire, so I think Frank's still hungry. I definitely think he's gonna go in there because Frank already knows from where we from. If he goes in there and gets stopped by Tank Davis or hurt or clipped or buzzed or anything like that, just looking bad overall, he knows he's gonna have to see that for the rest of his life on Twitter, Instagram. So Frank going in there with a mindset that he's he's going for a knockout. He's not gonna let Tank Davis. And another thing too, Frank Martin been fighting guys like Tank Davis all his life. Like, I'm just gonna be real. Big punchers, short guys. We've all went to school with guys like that. So Frank Martin been fighting guys like that all his life. You know, they sparred before. So I feel like he will have a kind of a sense of how he can take the power. I think he will be able to sense that he can take the power. Most of the time, from what I've seen from Frank Martin is his strategies. Like sometimes the things I've seen him have a hard time doing is adjusting from one strategy to another one. Like while he's processing information and kind of downloading, sometimes he'll get stuck trying to figure things out while the other guy's working. So I feel like he's working on those certain things right now. But he's definitely Frank Martin, he's a very good fighter. Very, very good fighter. He's very underrated. Frank Martin can do everything. Like the guys we like to watch, he can do everything they can do. Guaranteed. But from what I've heard, and GX, from what I've heard, a lot of guys said that Frank Martin's sparring with, even though it's just sparring, they said his sparring with Tank Davis was one of the best sparrings they've seen. So that lets you know. And those guys seen a lot of sparring matches. So I definitely know from what I've heard that fight is definitely gonna be must see TV. I'm not gonna lie, the closer the fight gets, I'm probably gonna end up buying the fight. But the only thing I have a problem with is, you know, we want to see guys like Tank and Canelo like 3 times in a year. You know what I'm saying? We start to realize we don't have that much time as far as guys' careers in boxing these days, but just want to see guys a little more active. If the fight's good, you know, like the fans, we wouldn't mind see Isaac Cruz fight Tank twice already. But they kind of get away from those things a little bit. But I definitely wouldn't mind seeing Isaac Cruz fight Tank twice. A Frank Martin fight, a Lomachenko. That's why, in my eyes, no disrespect, but I feel like Tank Davis would lean more towards Matias than Lomachenko because, you know, those guys who's short like that and move around, you know, Tank has fought a lot of guys who kind of move around and have good footwork. Like GX was saying, like crazier footwork than him. Because his footwork is crazy, so it's kind of hard to keep up with him. But I think Frank Martin be able to react good in the fight though. He does an excellent job when he's kind of going back and forth and not really leaning on just trying to be effective to the body and upstairs. I feel like he a good overall boxer. He'll be in and out. He looked like he had a decent chin, man. He has a decent chin. It's just sometimes he can be down long stuff, in the pocket too long. If he's in the pocket too long, down long stuff, I feel like it's definitely gonna hurt everything. But he does a good job overall, though. He definitely does a good job. Yeah, I've seen him put in a lot of work in over the years as far as getting ready for this Tank Davis fight. That's why a lot of guys they don't want to get in the ring and face certain guys like Frank Martin and Tank Davis. They know it's a huge challenge. They know these guys hard to be tested. It's hard to test these guys. Ooh, that's a great prediction. Ooh, that's a great prediction. Man, that's a great prediction. AGX, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna have to screenshot that. That's a great prediction. Yeah, that's a great prediction. Yeah, I feel like that definitely can happen. It will be hard to knock him out, though. It's gonna be hard to knock him out. But I feel like that's a great prediction, though. Yeah, Frank, tough fighter, man. He one of the best, well-rounded fighters we got as far as being in and out, being able to have power, jab, go to the body, upstairs, fast, a lot of speed. He kind of like one of the ones that can do everything. Yeah, we need one of them. I've been looking for a fighter like that as a heavyweight. I'm looking for a guy like that. They trying to do that. Hey, if that guy, I ain't gonna lie. Now, if Jai Patel goes to heavyweight in the next 5 years, now if Jai Patel goes to heavyweight, he will. Look up this guy. He's a cruiserweight, but he's a cruiserweight. But if he gets to heavyweight somehow, he'll definitely be able to make that work. He's young right now. I don't see him putting on too much weight, but hey, I've heard he's dropped the news people say he dropped Tyson Fury. So from what I've heard, that's probably the closest guy we got right now. That's probably the closest guy we got right now as far as for a heavyweight. Even though he a cruiserweight right now, give him like 4 or 5 years. I feel like he'll be able to. I would say Big Baby Anderson, but he's young, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a good fighter, but he's not as agile. But he's a big guy though, so it's kind of hard to be agile like that. So it's kind of hard to tell right now. Frank Martin, he's definitely like that at the lower weight classes. Yeah, me too. I feel like he gonna get clipped like that. I don't know why. I want him to kind of win the fight because I'm actually, I'm a Frank Martin fan. I'm actually a fan of both of these guys. I don't want to see none of them get knocked out, but I don't know, man. It's kind of, how that crowd's gonna be. So you kind of right when you said, I wonder if the moment will be too big for Frank. Hey, you kind of right about this. I might have to think about that, GX. Might have to think about that. Just to be honest with you, I might have to think about that. When you fight Tank Davis, it's not a regular fight, so you think so? He definitely has that style. I will agree on that. Yeah, he definitely has that style. He definitely has that style. He don't go to the body as much, but he does go to the body. Well, I'm not gonna say that. He does go to the body. He does everything well. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have any criticism about Frank Martin. He's kind of making the 135 division pretty good. Now I wonder. Now if he goes out there and goes 12 rounds with Tank, that would be impressive. Now we can kind of see him in some other big fights. Hey GX, if he goes 12 rounds, you gonna want to see him with somebody else? I definitely see him with somebody else. He goes 12 rounds. That'll be crazy. He does fight like Earl Spence a lot though. I haven't really thought about that. Even though they do have the same trainers, they do have a similar style. You are right about that too. Especially when Earl Spence had first started, when he was going to the body a lot. I think Earl Spence still a good fighter. But that style is definitely effective. I think that style and Frank Martin doing it against Tank, I don't know. The pro style fight is different. It'll be difficult. But for a knockout, yeah, I can see him getting caught with that uppercut, like you said, though. That double jab uppercut, yeah, I can see him getting caught. Tank be throwing some blows, man. I think Tank literally think he can knock out Frank Martin. And the closer he gets, these guys are gonna probably talk. They gotta do a face off of this fight though. That'll make things a lot more interesting. If they can do a face off and kind of, because I know Frank right now, it seems like Frank Martin knows, like, I'm gonna surprise a lot of people, but Tank Davis also knows, like, I'm not gonna let nobody get my spot right now. So it's gonna be a good fight. I definitely like the fight. Man, I just want to see De Los Santos in the ring with somebody. I think they should have done it already and had it on a small fight. But Shakur, he's not gonna want to be on the undercard. But I think he should have had the fight already. I would have liked to seen it. I wanted to see Frank Martin or De Los Santos against Tank. I still want to see De Los Santos against Tank. If Tank fight De Los Santos after Frank Martin, I would be mad. I still want to see De Los Santos in the ring with somebody that make him go all out. That's the fight I want to see. But I'll definitely watch Shakur versus De Los Santos. But he doesn't have many options right now. He does not have many options. I know if Isaac Cruz in the future, if he can make 135 and he don't have a belt, he probably can make that fight. But because he at 140, but De Los Santos, I don't know what his options are right now. Oh no, I'm lying, GX, I'm lying, I'm lying. They was talking about Rayo versus De Los Santos rematch. GX, you heard me? That's crazy, ain't it? They talking about Ryo versus they talking about Ryo versus De Los Santos again. Let me look it up. Forgot about that. I thought I had said it on video, man. Yeah, I'm trying to see that. Um, um, not really hearing anything lately about it, but yeah, I thought De Los Santos was gonna fight him again. Yeah, he said he's open to fight De Los Santos, but yeah, me too. Man, that was gonna be a good fight. Ooh, that was gonna be a good fight. I still want to see that fight. Hey man, if Tank Davis, see GX, he building up right now. See GX, if he goes, if if Frank Martin goes 12 rounds, Shakur need to do everything he can to make that fight happen with Frank Martin. See, I don't have to see Frank Martin and Tank Davis and Shakur next. If Frank Martin goes 12 rounds with Tank, I want to see him fight Shakur Stevenson next. That'll be an excellent fight. I think that'll be an excellent fight to me. Yeah, I want to see all those guys kind of fight still. See, 135 still, that's still the top division to me as far as the competition. But as far as being able to fight each other, I think 140 is more active right now. So I kind of lean towards them. But GX, you right though. See, the guys you naming. What fight you might be at GX? Cause I'm trying to go to the Tank fight. The Tank fight. I wonder what fight you talking about? Cause man, Shakur, if he fights De Los Santos again, that's gonna be a good one. You know why I say that's gonna be a good one, GX? That's a good idea you brought up that Shakur versus De Los Santos. And you know why? I'm glad you brought that up because I'm not gonna lie, I actually didn't like the rematch, but the more I think about it, the fans been so rough on him that if he actually gets in the rematch with De Los Santos, man, he'll have so much pressure to perform. We'll probably see the best Shakur Stevenson we ever seen in our life. Because I know he don't want to get memed out and joked on again after the performance. So I think De Los Santos rematch will actually put a lot of pressure on him to actually perform like he should be. And I actually didn't like the idea of that fight. Till right now, I thought about it. I'm like, oh, that will put pressure. Because fans, man, every time I type in boxing, Shakur name popping up, man. I'm just letting everybody know, like, he the top search name right now. I don't know why. I don't know what happened lately. Yeah, man, he stands in the pocket too long. It's a bad style matchup. And that's another thing too, GX. I don't like when guys be rematching guys when they get knocked down in the third round, fourth round. I don't like when guys do matchups like that, like the knockouts. You see when Joe Joyce just did it, he got knocked down in sixth round. Then the second fight, it was the third round. They should make a rule in boxing, like you get knocked out like that. If it's not like a fight with guys that's both knocked down, like Anthony Joshua and Ruiz, where both of these guys got knocked down. If it's not a fight like that, Let's not run it back, man. That's kind of holding up boxing right now. I'm not gonna lie. We've had too many fights like that where people haven't. Well, like Ryo, but I don't think he didn't get knocked out by Chris Colbert. He just got robbed. So a fight like that, yeah, you can rematch that. But these other fights, they don't make a lot of sense. But we're gonna see though, man. But if Frank Martin goes 12 rounds with Tank, Shakur Stevenson definitely has options. He can go in there with Frank Martin and say, "Hey, I got a better performance than Tank." You know what Frank Martin wants. You know how much money he wants. So I don't want to hear any excuses about how Frank Martin ducking after he didn't fought Tank. Because last year when I said Frank Martin went ducking, people was, man. Every time you got to associate your name with Tank or Canelo, it's either gonna be super good or super bad, and usually it's not good. So you gotta. That's what the money come with. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they definitely have a lot of. And you know what's crazy? You said Ryo at 135. I forgot about him at 135. So it's a lot of names. Yeah, I go to that fight. Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson. That's still a good fight, man. I'm telling you. I feel like Frank Martin would be able to put on the best performance against Tank since Pitbull Cruz. I think he will. If he does, that's actually gonna help boxing. I ain't gonna lie, because then you have a lot of guys saying after he fights, "Oh, you going to that fight? Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a good fight. Where's that fight at? I forgot where that fight's at. I forgot where they're having that fight. Oh yeah, that'd be a good fight. Yeah, that'll definitely be a good fight. That's during the summer too. Man, if I can go to something like that, I'll make it work. Yeah, that'd be a good fight to go to. Yeah, if I can go to that fight, I might go. That'll be an excellent fight to go to. That's probably gonna be the best fight of the summer. To be honest, I don't know if I know Munguia and Canelo might be big, but I don't know if Munguia and Canelo on Cinco de Mayo will be better than a Tank fight in the summer. I can't remember the last time Tank fought in the middle of the summer. Honestly, I can't remember. Like June, July. I don't remember those kind of fights. That's why I think it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be like a summer vacation fight. It's gonna be in June too, right when school gets out, 2 weeks later. Yeah, I don't think he want that smoke, man. He felt something. But De Los Santos though, he can't go in the ring. He go in the ring with Shakur Stevenson again, and he don't do anything. It's gonna be a career killer for him. Like De Los Santos, he's taking a risk too. You know what I'm saying? But I think Shakur, he comes forward though. He gonna come forward as far as that in that fight with Del Santos. He gonna have to. If he don't come forward in his next fight, if he fights him again, I don't care what De Los Santos does. I'm gonna be like, man, Shakur, you supposed to go in there because I put pressure on De Los Santos last time, but this time I'm not. Nah, Shakur got to step up in the next fight. I don't know how good his chin is as far as that too, as far as being, because he was acting like De Los Santos' power was just out of this world. So I'm trying to figure out how stronger De Los Santos is than Tank. That's why I said I want to see Tank get in the ring with De Los Santos, because I want to see how strong De Los Santos' power is. They're acting like Man, a lot of these guys scared to get knocked out by Dos Santos. I'm talking about from what I'm seeing, a lot of guys are afraid. They think Dos Santos is gonna knock them out. Ooh, I don't know. That's a hard one, man. That's a hard one. I don't know. That's a hard question right now. If you would have asked me this last year, I probably would have said De Los Santos. This year, I'd probably say, right now, I'd probably say Keyshawn Davis. You know what I'm saying? Just because he looked a lot sharper in his last fight. You saw that last fight? Man, I'm not saying that because of De Los Santos' last fight either. I just think Keyshawn's a bigger guy right now. He's big. He's big at 135. He's a huge guy. I don't know, man. Last year I would have said De Los Santos. It's not because of the Shakur's fight either. I don't think. I think it's because of how good Keyshawn looked. He looked good in his last fight, didn't he? Yeah, I think. I heard people talking about Texas. I don't know why they said Texas. I'm thinking Vegas though. I think Vegas would like Canelo and Tank in back-to-back months. So I'm thinking Vegas. Definitely thinking about Vegas. Yeah, that'll be a good fight, man. If I can go to that, that'll be something nice. Cause Tank he's been moving around lately. Tank's been having fights everywhere. He's fought in a lot of places. He's fought in Atlanta, LA. I think that Eastside Cruz fight was in LA. Yeah, that Eastside Cruz fight was in LA. So I don't know what they would be aiming for during the summer. They move around a lot. That's gonna be shocking to me what they pick. If it's not Vegas or I can see LA as a backup plan. I think with them knowing that the Frank Martin fight will be action packed, I think they're gonna want the stars to come. So they're gonna come anyways, but they want them to be easy to show up. So they might be Vegas. Um, I wouldn't see New York. I wouldn't see New York, but Vegas is definitely an option. But Keyshawn, he definitely gives a lot of guys trouble right now. I'm surprised. Like I don't know how good he's gonna get the next couple of months because top rank they got a lot of young guys right now from like Xander Zayas and Keyshawn Davis and all these guys. I missed Polanco last night. I didn't even get to see him fight last night. So he got a lot of young guys right now to where they're gonna start stacking cards soon. Top rank might have the best cards over guys. If they keep having this young talent. That's why it's good to kind of see these cards like Tank Davis. Hey, do you think that Tank Davis card, that Benavidez will be on that card? Or you think Benavidez is gonna be on a separate card? Because they said Benavidez was fighting in June. If Benavidez fight Bozy as a co-main event, that'll be crazy. Man, he got out of there. I was so mad. Hey, man, I wouldn't have been able to do a live for that fight. No way. I would have not been able to do a live. I was so mad at that fight. I literally like tried to look at the TV, couldn't look at the TV. I knew the fight was boring, and I knew it was gonna be boring, but when Shakur was moving early in the fight, I was like, that's when Del Santos was like acting like he was running like him and stuff. It's kind of funny. Not gonna lie. But I think Shakur has to man, he did Pedraza bad, man. And you know Pedraza been doing good lately. Pedraza had a good match against Barboza last year. And Keyshawn just goes in there and just barely even puts any effort behind it, just goes in there and stops Pedraza. And it's hard to stop Pedraza. You know, he's a big guy for the weight class. Yeah, he definitely made a statement with that one. Yeah, he is. Hey, GX, when you see Raymond Ford last night, Raymond Ford was sharp, man. Wait till you see Raymond Ford last night. Those two fights that was on last night, a lot of those guys top rank is aiming to put in the ring with Anyway next year. They kind of did some kind of promotion. I'll break it down later on, but I might take some screenshots. I don't know if they'll have it, but they were showing like a promotion last night where they were showing the guys in the featherweight class. Then at the end, they showed Anyway's picture, kind of insinuating that he'll be at featherweight soon. So that's some stuff that's going on, some breaking news. But I'll definitely put all that out later on. I forgot about that. Might have to write that down or something. But yeah, they Raymond Ford, he was sharp like Anyway. I mean not Anyway, but Keyshawn Davis last night. The jab and the right hand, that fight was good last night. That was a high level fight. You're gonna like that fight. Hey, that might have been the best card for Top Rank as far as the main event and co-main event. Just from the action behind it this year. Yeah, he's smart to do that. Yeah, he's smart. Canelo does that too. Canelo does that too. It's the Canelo game plan. Because Canelo fighting a lot of these guys like John Ryder and stuff like that. He's got a fan base overseas now, fighting a lot of these guys from overseas. So he got a good game plan. Yeah, he definitely has a game plan. That's why Canelo's spreading himself around. But yeah, Tank's smart to doing that though, because he knows people want to see an American fighter against him now. So he kind of gets different styles, and then he'll go to a different city. A lot of guys need to do that though, instead of just fighting in Vegas all the time. I mean, Vegas fights are cool, but if you can sell out anywhere, just do that. Because everybody don't fight in Vegas. When I was growing up, every fight wasn't in Vegas. That just became a thing like recently, but every fight wasn't in Vegas. It was Atlantic City and a lot of different things like that, but that wasn't the primary spot. I think a lot of people just do that because of the build up. Yeah, that's gonna be a co-main event, man. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that video too. I think that's a co-main event. I think that's a co-main event. Because for that to be a in June, that just don't add up. So I definitely think they're gonna build that fight up for a co-main event. When I posted it, a lot of people didn't even care about the fight for real. I haven't heard anybody talking about the fight, so they're not begging for the Canelo Benavidez fight, but they don't care about this fight, so I don't know. I don't know who they want to see Benavidez fight. But a lot of things coming out right now, though. A lot of things we talked about, you know, they are already coming together as far as the fights. A lot of people think it's just going to be a super fight made now, and that's not going to happen. That's definitely not going to happen. That's why we got to see what's going on with Matias in 140. Him and Teofimo Lopez. I don't know who Teofimo Lopez next fight gonna be. And that's kind of crazy that in boxing, man, we should just go away from the rankings because we should already know who these guys gonna fight. By the time they already finish, it should be like a tournament style. They're kind of getting away from that though. But recently, from what I've seen, as far as with PBC, they got a lot of guys going over there with Japan. Well, anyway, so they trying to build up a lot of things over there. I know a lot of people say PBC don't work with guys. They working with everybody right now. They working with everybody. Matter of fact, they working with the most people right now. I kept noticing. I'm like, man. Anyways, fighting a lot of guys from PBC. They both on Amazon Prime, so that's why that's happening. Yeah, that Vozic, Benavidez, Coleman. Yeah, those some videos I'm gonna have to drop. Cause I'm definitely thinking that's gonna happen. The co-main event, and the anyway fight. When they did that anyway fight last night, GX, you should have seen it, man. Cause last night I'm doing the video and I'm sitting here like, yeah, these guys are gonna fight anyway next year. And after a while, I'm like, man, it sounds like I'm just saying that. And then when the promo came on before they started the co-main event for Luis Alberto Lopez, they showed all the heavyweights like Rafael Espinoza. They showed Ray Vargas, all the featherweights, the champions. Then they showed anyway at the end, standing between all of them. But people didn't notice that though. You see, ain't nobody said nothing today, so I'm just gonna put that news out there. That's another story I got to report right now. So that means anyway, it's gonna be going to featherweight soon. Confirmed. Yep, he confirmed it. I'm glad they put that out there. I watch everything. See, nobody caught that last night. You know, usually they'll just step away from the TV by the time it goes to commercial. But I caught that last night. I felt like that's what he was gonna do. I mean, a lot of people getting word right now that he's gonna move to featherweight next year. That's why he already has his next 3 fights set up as far as this year. And I think he's super bantamweight. So as soon as he moves up, everybody gonna have to deal with him. But that's gonna be I'm telling you, GX, them fights last night, the one against Ford and Comatol, man, that fight was a beast. I'm gonna watch that fight again tonight. And I usually don't rewatch fights. I'm gonna watch that fight again. That was a good fight, man. Toe to toe, jab. They was going to the body. That was a good fight. The other fight with Lopez against AB fight was good too, but AB, man, his eye got swell up, man. It was like huge. It was huge. They were squeezing his eye for like 5 rounds. It was huge. But he was moving around good in the fight, switching angles, but he got caught with a left hand and his eye swelled up fast. But that fight last night was amazing. But if they can put Vozic on the undercard with the co-main event with Tank and Frank Martin, I would go to that fight as well. If they do that, I'm definitely going to the fight. I'm glad you said that. If they do that, I'm definitely going to the fight. Benavidez on the co-main event. That'll probably be the last time he be on a co-main event, huh? Yeah, that'll be the last time he'll be a co-main event. So I'll definitely go see that. You're not gonna be able to afford to see those guys on the same card after this. It's gonna cost too much. Yeah, that's gonna be huge. Cause I know Benavidez, he's not a guy that feel like, yeah, I gotta be the main event. He's not gonna do that. Yeah, they gotta have the right opponent anyway, so it's gonna be a huge fight. I can't wait. I can't wait to see that GX, man. They're gonna be huge. The way you just explained that to me as far as this Tank Davis and Frank Martin fight, I already know it's in the summer, but the way you just kind of broke it down, man, I'm gonna have to go. I might have to attend this fight. Cause I always like this fight. You know what I'm saying? I always love this fight. It just recently, these other talks about other fights happening kind of just take the fun out of, I just don't want to wait on a long fight like this. He's gonna be out, what, 14 months? That's a long time before you fight again. I'm trying to see if Tank's gonna be rusty. He's usually not rusty, but you know how it is when you get older. So I wonder if Tank's gonna be a little rusty, but Frank Martin, he been fighting against some guys. He been getting better. That's the kind of thing that surprises me about him. He been getting better. He's not really trying to just wait around and let guys manhandle him in the ring. That's not gonna happen. He's definitely been getting better. Yeah, this is gonna be a good year for boxing though. Hey, do you think these young guys are better than the last generation of boxers? Like Keyshawn and Matias and all these guys? You think they're better? I think as far as the competition and the skill level and everything, I probably say yes. Because a lot of these guys, they want to one up the last generation. They're not really focused on paydays right now. A lot of these young guys, if they keep fighting good, like Keyshawn fighting Pedraza young, that's how you get a payday. Like GX said, he abused him in the ring. And he's sharp. That's how you get a payday. So really, that's the rule everybody go to. So GX can see a guy like him and against Edwin De Los Santos. I feel like he's a good competitor against De Los Santos as well. De Los Santos is a very good fighter, man. But gotta see him more active. Because in a minute, what's gonna surprise me is it's a lot of guys at 135 that's young. They're gonna end up running those guys at 140 out of the ring. And that's kind of what the situation Canelo's in right now. He's letting those younger guys kind of creep up on him and run him out the ring, and he's still in his prime. So Tank Davis has a lot of guys that's kind of creeping over the fence. It's a lot of guys at 135. That's why when you have all those belts and you got the pay-per-views and things like that, guys want to come after you. Puts a target on your back. But he definitely got to make it work, though. It's going to be a hard challenge for these guys. It's not going to be easy. Definitely not going to be an easy fight. I see a lot of these guys this year, like Keyshawn, De Los Santos, he needs another fight, but I feel like he can definitely get himself back in the ring, in the rankings. So we definitely have a deep 135. I'm forgetting about De Los Santos and Rayo, guys at 135. That's a deep weight class, man. I don't know, man. Shakur, he definitely gonna have a fight soon, but it's not gonna be a lot of people trying to hear that he can't find an opponent though. I feel like he will find an opponent that's suitable for him. That'll be competitive. You know, De Los Santos was a good fight, and Frank Martin. It's not like Shakur wasn't picking hard fights. You know, De Los Santos and Frank Martin. That's tough 135s. That's very tough. But I also knew that Tank Davis was going to try to fight one of those guys. I knew it. I knew he would. Because I said if Frank Martin not turning down no Shakur Stevenson unless he has a chance to fight a Tank Davis. which anybody would turn down. If a guy said nah, and that's what Frank Martin did. He said, "I have a chance to fight Tank Davis. I'll just get that fight instead of fighting Shakur Stevenson." But Shakur has picked some guys that's hard opponents. I know he said people didn't give him credit when he picked Frank Martin, but yeah, a lot of people give him credit for picking Frank Martin. A lot of people did. So he definitely picks hard opponents. That's something that people don't talk about. I definitely say something about that later on too, because I don't think people give him credit as far as trying to actually be the best. I know they want to see him in the ring with Devin or Shakur, but I meant Devin or Tank Davis, but Shakur definitely tried to fight him, tried to fight Loma, he tried to fight Frank Martin, and he tried to fight and he fought De Los Santos. So it's only so much he can do, really. Only so much he can do. He can't get everybody. Try to get Eastside Cruz too, so takes a lot to try to get these guys in the ring. Usually when you're not the face of boxing, you gotta let the face of boxing kind of choose you, whether it's people think it's Tank or Canelo. It's not gonna be easy standing in the pocket and trying to win a fight. Then you're trying to win a fight as far as on the outside of the ring, leading up to the fight, because the fans gonna talk a lot. It's not easy. Like trying to be in the pressure of a Tank Davis fight, like Frank Martin gonna have. It's gonna be a lot of pressure. It's gonna be a lot of fans talking every day. He gonna get a lot of messages from people telling him he's gonna lose, and it's just gonna be a lot of stuff that brand new, but he'll be able to handle it. I'm pretty sure he's seen like crazy mail from fans, but it gets worse as time go on, but he'll be all right. Not something everybody else wouldn't have. But I definitely feel like that card might be loaded. Because this card that PBC is putting on for March 30th, I'm going to buy that card, I think. Because I think from top to bottom, they have excellent fights on that card. That's definitely going to be the fight of the best card of the year so far. That PBC card might be better than, well, let me see. Yeah, it's definitely going to be better than the Joshua and Ngannou card. That PBC card is loaded, man. Like, once people see the fights on the card, they'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. They're having a lot of guys on there that's been in big fights. Championship fights or going to be championship fights. So you can't really sleep on a lot of guys in the division right now. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of things going on. But I see right now, with the news that's coming out, they're going to go ahead and walk this Munguia news out. With the Frank Martin and Tank Davis, it hasn't been official yet, but I think they're going to announce that too. Probably hear some guys like Rayo probably fighting soon. Rayo might end up on the card like Canelo in May, possibly, or he could possibly fight in June. Since he fought recently, he probably could end up on a June card with Tank Davis. They might foreshadow some fights. They might have Rayo fight somebody, or I don't know. It all depends. But a lot of these cards starting to come together right now. It's gonna be some surprises that people don't know that's going on. But just like last night with Raymond Ford winning that fight, it kind of changed a lot of things in the landscape. Because last year, a lot of guys were saying when I posted Raymond Ford, they said it's the guy that could possibly, fight anyway. And I said, that's probably a long way from now. Probably like 2 or 3 years. But what I seen last night, man, it's a lot of guys that's thinking about going to anyways, thinking about going to featherweight. So we got some plans coming out. I'm definitely gonna put those out though. I can't let that. I can't let that information. Oh yeah, you good? Oh yeah, you definitely good. Oh yeah, appreciate it. Oh yeah, grilling, going in. Yeah, man. It ain't nothing like cooking for yourself, bro. You know how that goes. That definitely. It's nothing like cooking for yourself, especially if you've been on the road a long time. Yeah, but a lot of people gonna be surprised by this news. You know, sometimes, man, I be talking so much. Sometimes I feel like I just be talking, but when I was saying that stuff about anyway last night, I didn't think that they were gonna pull up a promo showing him in the same thing as the featherweights. That kind of shocked me last night. So I got it's a lot of news that's popping up in my head right now. I forgot about the Vozick and Benavidez being the co-main event thing. So I gotta make a video about that. It's a lot of stuff I be coming with on the fly. See, GX, people think I just be getting headlines and stuff, but a lot of this news I be coming with on my own. A lot of these stories I don't get off of ESPN or boxing scene and all that stuff. A lot of them I do, but a lot of them I don't. And a lot of them just be interviews anyway. So, but a lot of this stuff I just come up with on my own though. When you got guys like Vosick and Benavidez, everyone kind of knew. I know you probably knew anyways. Like everybody knew that he was gonna go to 175 soon, but 175 is still a challenge. You know what I'm saying? No matter who you are, but everyone knew he was gonna be there soon. They just was kind of throw that out there like just in case if it don't happen between him and Canelo, they can kind of make that happen. That's definitely something that I can see going on as far as Benavidez and Vozick being on co-main event, but because I didn't see that as a big card in June, and I've heard that from what I've heard, Amazon Prime doesn't have that many dates. So between me and you, as far as we know, it's only gonna be what, one fight a month. So that Tank Davis fight has to happen with Benavidez. And from what I've heard, um, but the thing I'm confused on GX is why was they gonna have Jerron Ennis fight on the same card as Tim Tszyu? Because they tried to do the Tim Tszyu fight, and they wanted to do the Tim Tszyu versus I think it was gonna be Danny Garcia. Then they were gonna do Jerron Ennis versus Barrios on the co-main event. But they kind of wiped that out because I think they said Barrios wasn't ready. Sometimes they say that, but they literally said he wasn't ready though. That's what I heard. Um, so they pushed that back to May now. He's gonna fight Barrios and Cinco de Mayo on the May 4th card. Most likely to be the co-main event. But my thing is, what are they gonna do about these dates? So guys are just gonna fight. They're gonna have one fight a month. That's gonna be kind of hard, man. They gotta get a JV squad or something. They gotta get some showbox fights on because Top Rank they're fighting on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday now. They're kind of cornering the market. And then I know a lot of guys see that Pro Box TV has fights on and things like that. So I know ESPN and Top Rank they're kind of putting on more Thursday, Friday, Saturday fights. I guess that's because Pro Box was doing Thursday fights. I guess they're trying to go against that. Never thought about that, but that makes sense. Yeah, I gotta say that because I was wondering why they were doing the Thursday, Friday fights again. But I guess it's because Pro Box is kind of taking over as far as on those days, and I guess ESPN want to compete with those guys as far as for the numbers and the viewership. But I don't know how Showtime can kind of put these fight cards together for 1 month, just one fight a month. That's not gonna work, man. You can't keep boxing alive like that. Then you got people waiting on Tank for 6 months. It's gonna be a huge fight, but people gonna find something else to do between that time. They're gonna find another sport, or they're gonna find another. Like right now, they got guys fighting on Top Rank 3 or 4 times a year now. We got guys that fought in Top Rank in December that's fighting now, or just fought already. So we got guys that fought in December and November that's fought twice already, and we got some guys who haven't fought since 2022, 2 years ago. So I don't know how they're gonna squeeze these cards together. Hopefully it's just big names. If it's big names, they can make that work. Because from what I've seen, they'll get the big names, which they are doing that now. They're stacking the cards with nothing but big names, and then they are using the other fighters and either putting them on other cards, or they'll put them in Japan or on Matchroom cards or Top Rank. I seen a guy from PBC fighting on Top Rank last night. Nobody said anything. Yeah, he was fighting on Top Rank last night on undercard. I know Marcos Hernandez, he fight on PBC for years, and he was fighting Troy Osley last night. Terrence on Team Crawford with Bomac, his trainer. So Troy Osley fought him last night. So it's a lot of guys that's undercard guys that's fighting on Top Rank and other things right now. It's not really a lot of guys who can find chances on undercards right now if you're going to be fighting on Amazon Prime. They're not going to have any kind of prospects and things like that on the Amazon Prime cards. It's kind of shaking everything up right now. It's making things difficult. It's kind of hard to develop a fighter right now. That's what people don't realize. I mean, the deals are good, but you can't develop a guy right now in the ring. Now it's becoming the point now where he has to come ready. Like Keyshawn Davis, he's 9 or 10 fights in. So the next guy with 9 or 10 fights, he has to be able to stop a guy like Pedraza. If he doesn't, that's the standard now. 9 or 10 fights, you have to be someone who can be a champion, be able to stop Pedraza. And that's kind of stuff that Lomachenko was doing, being a champion in 9 or 10 fights. Then Keyshawn stopping a guy like Pedraza, that's just a new standard now. So everything's starting to catch up as far as in boxing. It's going to catch up eventually. These guys don't know it's going to catch up. Because the younger guys that come up, they're going to say, oh, these guys aren't fighting tough competition. Let me go knock out a guy like De Los Santos or Pedraza, or let me go try to knock out Shakur or Keyshawn Davis. That's going to be the new thing now. Like a lot of these young guys, they're trying to get in the ring with any and everybody. Instead of them trying to go for the big payday, they'll try to go get a knockout on somebody. That's what like Floyd Schofield's trying to do. I know he's talking himself up, but what I've seen lately, he's a threat at 135. Just from what I've seen. He can do a lot at 135 right now. If guys don't want to give him a chance to fight, it's going to end up bad for a lot of people. I definitely think he's a hard fight right now for everybody. So he kind of needs a shot at proving himself as well. But the last fight he had, I had high expectations for him, and he showed up. He definitely showed up in his last fight. He was amazing. Yeah, he was amazing in his last fight. He did everything perfectly. He did an excellent job, man. But they gotta do right as far as the young guys, man, because we can't develop fighters on these cards. They got a lot of cards coming up as far as on Top Rank. They got Pro Box and the Zone, and man, it's a lot of, like, right now, if you look at the schedules, you got a lot of ESPN cards coming up before the March fight with Amazon as far as Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman, but in between then and I guess until May with Canelo, they have like one or I know the Zone has a lot of cards. The Zone has what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The Zone has a lot of cards coming up. So this is gonna be a struggle for guys to actually try to keep up with these schedules. But they definitely have to make some things work though. But in the boxing game right now, Canelo exposing it all. I wouldn't even be able to have a channel right now if it went for Canelo. He's exposing everything in the boxing game right now. He knows everybody wants a payday. There's nothing surprising. He knows everybody wants a payday. He wants to kind of check in and have everything go a certain way, but that's not how it's going. Now it's starting to get real dangerous as far as I haven't heard as many legends talk about Canelo in a certain way they talking now. Mike Tyson been saying a lot of things. Now they're saying Shishkin should be next for Canelo because he has a DAZN deal. That's crazy. They're just trying to put any kind of fight together right now. That's all they kind of care about in these with the fights they put together now. It's just they just want to see certain guys kind of put together certain fights that the networks benefit from, and it's not gonna benefit anybody as far as long term. But the Tank Davis fight is gonna be good though. I will agree on that. I definitely agree on that. That's gonna be a very good fight. Just gotta make that happen though. That's it. Definitely a good fight though. But shout out to my guy GX, man. He was in there checking in with me, cooking, listening in, man. I'm gonna definitely check back in probably tomorrow, probably early, but I had to put this video together because what I seen from Canelo, man, it's just getting out of hand. It really is. If we don't say nothing now, man, it's gonna be they gonna pay-per-view us to death, man. Forever. Everything gonna be a pay-per-view. That's not a pay-per-view, but these next couple of fights, like GX said, I might have to put a video about that. I forgot about that, but Benavidez, he definitely gonna be a co-main event. That's gonna be a good fight. I like Benavidez against Vozic. I'm definitely rocking with that. Yeah, shout out to my guy GX, man, for checking in with me. But that's all I got for the rest of the day, man. Please like and subscribe. Again, shout out to GX for the support. That's all I got.